Hello. Hello. Sitting outside because it's beautiful out and I need to get some fresh air. I feel like I've been inside for the last like 5 days because it's been so cold. We're using 4 kinds of cheeses today. We have Gouda, Colby Jack, New York extra sharp white cheddar, my favorite, and then I have a bag of mozzarella that's already shredded because it is. I don't know. I actually have not made this mac and cheese in, I think, since like 2023. It's been like a couple years, so here we could have a chat. I wanted to talk about one of my New Year's resolutions for 2025. Actually, wait, first, I wanted to talk about this little show called Heated Rivalry. I don't know if you've heard of it. Calling it show, frankly, is generous. I think there's actually less plot in the gay hockey show than there is in Queer as Folk, which already has like no plot. Like all the plot kind of serves just to get the characters to have sex with each other. There's even less plot in this one so far, and it is amazing. It's so good. For lack of a better way to explain it, I did not know a man's ass could look like that. I didn't know it was physically possible to have a butt that looks like that. So if that sounds appealing or interesting to you, I would tune in because I was, we shall say, enamored. You could also say I was in heat. My boyfriend and I, we were certainly not in heat watching the show. However, I mean, that poor man Hudson, the guy who plays Shane Hollander, can't act at all. I mean, not even a little bit. Like, I do feel a little bit bad because he just can't act at all. It's horrible. But he's so pretty. You know, he's beautiful, but God, he can't act at all. Speaking of acting, one of my New Year's resolutions, God, I hate doing this. I should have just bought shredded cheese. I hate doing this. One of my New Year's resolutions for 2025 was I really wanted to be in a movie or a short film or something. It is November 28th and that still has not happened. Why do I want to be in a short film? Well, I'm an artiste. I like making art, so it's just one of those things I've never done. More importantly than that, my old best friend who, if you want to hear more about that story, I just put a song out called Shelf Life by MT. My ex-best friend really wants to be an actress, and so look, I'm not above being petty. Like, you know, if you want to be an actress, I gotta be a actor. Also, I took an acting class in fall of, I think, 2023 when I was at Temple. And I'm not saying I was the best person in that class, because I definitely wasn't, but I was certainly above the median. And more importantly than that, I thought it was so much fun. And I was like, wait, I really want to do this. I should be in a short film, and then I never did it. I've gotten close this year twice, actually 3 times. The first time, I did get cast in a full-length movie that's still happening. We're filming next February or something. Got delayed because they were working with like a production company in Philadelphia, and they gave them like a lot of money, like more money than I have ever seen in my entire life. They gave this production company, and the production company like totally just like phoned it in. Like, they showed up to set with like none of the costumes they were supposed to have, none of the like props they were supposed to bring, like just didn't really get the vision like at all. Like, they just were like kind of just going through the motions with it, which like for the amount of money that Oomph paid them was not the quality of service we should have been receiving. And then they also didn't show up with like the right camera, so like the FPS on like the different cameras were like screwed up or something like that. It was like a whole thing. So that got like indefinitely postponed, which, now don't tell them I never learned my lines. I don't know, I just had it, like, it got postponed like 2 weeks before I was supposed to shoot, so I was gonna learn my lines, but I have not yet. It's supposed to be filming next spring. I'm very excited about it, with like no production company. We're just kind of DIYing it. I'm very excited though. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, that didn't end up happening. Then the other film I was supposed to be in this year, very recently, like a few weeks ago, I was asked via Instagram DMs, hey, I'm doing a short film and I think you would be good in it. Like, I think you fit the role, whatever. So I was like, okay, send me the script. They sent me the script. I thought it sounded really cool. I was like, oh, this sounds like so much fun. It's hilarious. I'm like actually laughing at the script, whatever. So they were like, okay, we're shooting tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Okay, I mean, like, fine. I think the camera would be there at 1 in the afternoon, but fine, we'll shoot at 10 in the morning on Saturday, fine. But I texted when I woke up at 9 and was like, hey, do you, just double checking, because I know last night, you know, I got cast in this the night before. So I was kind of like, you know, are we definitely filming today at 10 and you need me to be there, right? You can already guess where this is going. I show up, obviously again, 45 minutes late, and they're like, hey, we actually don't need you. The person in all your scenes with you is not here, which I was kind of like, But when I texted you and said, do you need me to come today? And you said yes, the answer was not yes. In fact, the answer was no. Whatever. I mean, and not that big of a deal. Like, I still was like, you know, I want to support, let me support queer art or whatever. But also the script was funny. So I was kind of like willing to like, I was like, look, if this is a first time director, maybe he's just like trying to be organized. I totally just cut my finger doing that. This is like, what are you supposed to do when it becomes this? There's definitely like a flake of skin in here, but yummy. Yeah, and then I texted him later that night and was like, hey, do you still want me in this? To be honest, we were supposed to shoot the next day at 10 again, which is, you know, it's a Sunday. I don't want to be there at 10. And so I told him, I was like, look, I can come tomorrow if you still need me, but like, I probably can't get there till like 12 because I'll be asleep. I obviously didn't say that, but I was just like, look, I can't come until tomorrow at 12. I'm sorry, because like, I don't mean to be retaliatory. Look, let me support queer art, whatever. I was here today at 10. I got out of bed and nothing happened. So I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get there till 12. And then he just was like, okay, you don't have to come then. All right, I won't. So anyway, then I got, is that called being laid off? Did I get laid off from the movie? I don't know. So I didn't end up doing that. So my New Year's resolution for 2025 of be in a short film, still unfulfilled, unfortunately. So if anybody out there would like to cast me in and then film a short film in the next month, please let me know. I mean, look at this face. This face needs to be on camera. I want to add too as an addendum about the, I'm still grating the cheese, by the way. An addendum to the story about the short film. That was definitely an example of like when somebody tells you a story and halfway through you realize they're the villain. Like I know. I definitely could have gotten there at 10 and I just was like, yeah, I'm not doing that, sorry. I mean, was I in the right? No. Was I in the wrong? No. We'll say I was looking out for myself. I was protecting my piece or something. Okay, I just talked for 10 minutes straight and I literally only did one block of cheese. I am losing my mind. I know this makes it better or something, but like, I think that I'm going to Friendsgiving, by the way. I'm going to gay people Friendsgiving, which means the chances of anybody else at the Friendsgiving actually cooking something, pretty low. You know, it's gay people Friendsgiving, so there will be my mac and cheese. There will be one person who makes like the most ridiculous baked goods you've ever seen in your entire life, and they're like amazing and they're like bakery quality, and everybody else is going to bring alcohol. And that shall be our Friendsgiving. It's just like the Pilgrims would have wanted. Okay, we're done with the New York extra sharp white cheddar. Cheese 1 of 3 done. I'm gonna give it a little taste test. Okay, cheese test. It tastes like the New York sharp cheddar of my youth. It really does. And cheese number 2. Gouda. You know, it wasn't Gouda. I tried my first, sorry, that was so stupid. I tried my first crumble cookie the other day. Okay, I actually can't get this open. Oops, can't get the cheese open. Oh, I'm using Gouda because last time I used American as my 4th cheese and I felt like it was too sweet. And I said that to my lovely boyfriend. I said the mac and cheese was too sweet. And he said, sweet? And I said, sweet. Like cheese is sweet. And he was like, cheese isn't sweet. And I was like, well, no, but you know what I mean. It's not sweet, but it's like, whatever. I don't know. It's whatever it is. Like, anyway, I tried my first crumble cookie the other day. I was up by my parents' house up in the middle of nowhere, and believe it or not, they installed a crumble cookie up there, which is crazy. The closest Target is 40 minutes away, but thank God we have a crumble cookie. Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, I'll just spoil the story right now. It was terrible. It was pie week, so there were actually no cookies. It was in fact crumble pie, which I said to one of my friends as like a joke, and they were like, yeah, obviously. Like as if we're born with that knowledge. I love you, Bridget. Sorry, I guess I'm not a real crumbler. Tried my crumble pies, we got 3 of them. And then we did get a cookie. It was like I was about to say it was a lemon thing and I kept saying that while we were eating it. And then my friend who I was with was like, it's not lemon. Literally, where did you get that from? I don't know. I just felt like it was giving lemon cookie, but it wasn't. It was just like a, see, I don't even know. This one's grating a lot faster. Wait, I wanna try a little piece of this. Oh, that's Gouda. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's Gouda. Gouda, Gouda. We got 3 different little mini pies. I got the Biscoff. That one was actually kind of good. And then we got a brookie, which was disgusting. And then like it was a pumpkin pie. That one was okay. It was okay, but like, would I pay $15 for it? No. Would I pay $15 for the experience of getting to say, I tried crumble cookie Yes. Like, I wasn't in it for the pies, you know, I wasn't in it for the cookie, which is what I really wanted. It was more so just the fact that, like, now I can say, oh, I had crumble cookie, it was awful. I'm starting to forget what my life was like before I started grating this cheese. So I'm gonna pause. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just bought pre-grated cheese. It's gonna taste exactly the same. I still have a whole other block to go. Like, oh my God. I'm really sick of seeing the word protein on everything. Also, like, it's cheese. I paid a Dan and Phil. I'm still grating the cheese, by the way. I paid a Dan and Phil editor on TikTok to make an edit to my song Taped to My Ceiling, which, by the way, just came out last week. So I gotta go back to grading. If you wanna listen to it, it's out on Spotify. I paid a Dan and Phil editor to make an edit, literally just for myself, because I thought it would be adorable. And it was so adorable. Like, I actually love it so much. There are so many talented people online. I just was like, first of all, why do you have, not why, but like, I just cannot believe you have such a catalog knowledge of Dan and Phil clips to even make an edit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. But like, the quality of it, it was so adorable. I'm super excited. I think I'm gonna end up paying her to make a second one too, because it was so cute. But yeah, you should listen to Taped to My Ceiling by Antique, because it's the best pop song and maybe just song of all time. You're the one taped to my ceiling. You're the one I'll treat you right. You walk alone into the darkest night. You'll never sleep until you're satisfied. 487,000 years later. And I gave up on this little nub. First of all, I'm trying to divide it into like a separate quarter of the mac and cheese that's going to be gluten-free so that my gluten-free friend can eat it. Hi, CJ. Also, the tongs just completely fell apart, and I had to fish this metal piece out of the cheese. Don't tell anybody that. I also no longer have tongs. Pasta's boiling. I'm really just like free-balling that. Wait, no. We are post mac and cheese. We live in a post mac and cheese world now, and it came out so good. I gave up on trying to film while I was cooking because at one point I almost stuck my hand directly in a pot of boiling water, and then I was like, okay, I think I am not good enough to multitask and to do a quick voiceover. We went through some trials and tribulations. Okay, I forgot to buy milk, so I ended up just watering down heavy cream. I figure mac and cheese is pretty forgiving. I don't think it really matters that much. Something else bad happened, and I can't remember what it is now. Yeah, and then, okay, I actually can't remember anything else that happened, but I put it in the oven, and it came out, and it was really good, so yeah. Okay, I thought this would be like a vibe, but it's actually just right in front of my face. Everybody say good luck to the mac and cheese, that it will survive the perilous journey I'm about to go on. From Philadelphia to yeah. Put your paws up if you fucking love Hello. I'm stopped at Wawa really quick. I wanted to talk about, hello. One of my reels is blowing up right now, which is really cool. One of my reels is blowing up, okay. It's a clip of some guy at Temple, the music video, my song. If you don't know, you should go listen to it, it's really good. First of all, I love that song. That song is so good. Like, straight up, that song is so good. Something that I occasionally get in my comments, or people will like repost my stuff, or just in general be talking about, is whether or not like Some Guy at Temple is me sort of claiming Philadelphia, or like claiming to be from Philadelphia. Now, I know anybody who's ever going to say this is probably not going to be watching my YouTube, but so either way though, I just kind of wanted to like elaborate on this a little bit. I'm not from Philly. I'm originally from Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania, up in the middle of nowhere, kind of near Scranton. It's like way up in the middle of the boonies. I would never claim to be from Philadelphia. I'm not. Look, first of all, I'm not from Philadelphia, but I would never claim that. And I just want it to be known that Some Guy at Temple isn't me trying to like, I've never gone on TikTok and been like, meet your new Philly pop star. I just would never do that because that's horrible. Also, I'm not from Philly, so why would I do that? Because I'm not from Philadelphia. And now I am from Nipa, okay? I'm the Prince of Nipa, right here. I'm the Crown Prince of Northeast Pennsylvania, okay? I also don't think I'm a pop star. I think I'm just a singer-songwriter, but totally different conversation for a totally different day. I'm not coming at this from an angle of like, I'm annoyed or whatever. Like, I understand people are very territorial about Philadelphia, and I understand why, because it's a very like, you know, it's like what they say, it's a city with a lot of grit. It's very unique with its own kind of culture, like la-di-da. Also, I don't like sports, so I just would never like be like, I'm number one Mr. Philadelphia over here. Also, I don't watch the Eagles, Flyers, or the Phillies. Like, even the fact that I said Eagles, then Flyers, and then Phillies, I think disqualifies me from ever being the anything of Philadelphia. But at the same time, my album, and I think I have like a little spoken word prelude on the album, just kind of talking about how these are stories from my time in Philadelphia, basically. It's reasonable for me to talk about Philadelphia and to have lots of details about Philadelphia in this album about 4 years of me living in Philadelphia, because the whole album's about kind of my college experience, which was in Philadelphia. So I think like the album, like branding per se of being Philly, like is justified because that's what the album's about. But I guess I just wanted to make it clear, like, I'm not John Philadelphia. I honestly even struggled like writing some Guy Temple to figure out like, should specifically, I don't know about New York, but I'm a Philly 11. Is that, you know, I am making fun of Philly, right, in that, but I don't know. So I was like, is that even, can I even say that, you know? Which I ended up putting it in the song, first of all, because it's so funny. It's so good. That's such a good line, like so funny. But, you know, it's a dig at me. Ultimately, I'm saying that I'm not that attractive, but also Philly's in Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania. So to me, you know, that is my major city, even though I'm not from Philly. And so it still felt like me saying like, I'm a Philly 11, like that's still the city I would closest identify with before like New York or anything. So it still felt justified, even though I'm kind of making fun of Philadelphia. Does that make sense? Also, it's just funny. So truthfully, like, anyway, also, if you're wondering, the mac and cheese did survive the trip. I don't know if you could see it, but it did survive. I just want to clarify again too, like none of that was meant to come from a place of frustration. Like it is frustrating in a sense because it's like, come on guys, let's try some reading comprehension. But it's also like, I guess I understand why people mistakenly think me being like, you're just some guy at Temple is me being like, I am Philadelphia. And it's like, well, no, that's just not what I'm doing. It's just not what I'm doing. I mean, the video is Philly themed. It's, you know, me in the subways and in my Eagles jersey and on Temple's campus, because that was my experience in college. I'm playing with this little penguin. I just threw it at my face, but like that was my experience in college, you know, so that's what I'm writing about and talking about. But I just want to say again, I'm not from Philly. I do not claim to be Mr. Philadelphia. I love Philly. All right, it's coming from a place of love. I really do love Philadelphia. I think it's such a cool city. I've really enjoyed living here the last few years. I'm definitely over-explaining this, but still, I wanted to have it all out there. Go to Oomp's house now. Thank you for coming along on this journey. Footage in a second for how people liked the mac and cheese. So.